On a personal level, before joining Microsoft, I've also invested or dealt with the startups before, and I've also engaged with startups before as they were clients when I was in banking. And what became interesting was seeing a number of startups that were tech-enabled, and then those that are actually fully tech, and the growth that they were going through. So that became interesting for me because it made me realize that tech could actually be a very good platform for driving transformation in Africa, again, to meet the potential of what Africa can deliver to Africans, but also beyond Africa.
My name is George Apia. I am currently the co-founder and also CEO for Solar Taxi. Solar Taxi is an e-mobility company which we locally design and assemble electric vehicles, including electric cars, electric bikes, bicycles. So the solar stands for the clean energy. The taxi, what people to know, is a car or it's a vehicle, right? So people can connect that. So you have the solar, clean, and a taxi, a vehicle. So for us, it was about just making a connection for people to know that, oh, this vehicle, that is what it's about. Our target is clear. We are targeting the African. And we are looking at providing African with a mobility option to move from point A to point B in the most affordable and clean manner. We just got our license from the government to be the first local automobile assembler for electric vehicles. So it's a big one for us. So we are started working on our assembly plant, which we are looking at completing soon to commission that. For us, I think it has been quite an interesting path. It's challenging, of course. It has been challenging also. Trying to lay down the path when there's no path is a very difficult challenge. So every single time you come to work, it's a day to create something new. Every single day. Even to have our parts come in, the vehicles come in at the port, clearing the parts, was difficult. If I tell them, oh, the car doesn't have an engine, then they were like, what? No, every car has an engine. And you look at their forms and all the documents they use, they need to indicate the engine capacity. And I'm telling them this car doesn't have an engine. I think the average age of the team will be about 24, if I'm not mistaken. For some of us, this happened to be our first job after school. So the passion is there, the commitment in learning something. We have a Female Engineering Academy where we are training women specifically to join our engineering team. So far, so good. We are planning of scaling that up and increasing the impact of that. So we are providing the full value chain from design, assembly, maintenance of these vehicles. I think it's something that we believe that this is the way to go. We always believe that this could not just be a way of we just following the world, but potentially Africa can get to lead the world. It's a unique path towards increasing mobility in Africa, and that's why we are taking that. That's why we are trying to lead in that space.
I went through the process of FEA, the Female Engineering Academy. So I saw the flyers on LinkedIn, I applied. So through the academy, I then interned for 3 months. Then after that, with the recommendation of my supervisor, I was employed as a staff. So I've been doing this for a little over 2 years now.
I'm the car maintenance lead for Solar Taxi. I've been here, let's say 2 years now. So I did my NSS with Solar Taxi, and then I was employed as a staff. And I think 3 months later, I became the car maintenance lead.
It has been inspiring, it has been educative, it has helped us in our professional growth because we get to not just work on electric vehicles, but we get to lead a team as well. And as ladies, we give thanks to our CEO who is doing a lot of women empowerment here. So you see 80% of the engineers here being ladies. So we become like role models to the young lady out there to also know that she can also venture into this industry that we find ourselves in.
From the very start, I was skeptical that it's even possible in the country. To be frank, when I joined and I was given the first chance to drive an electric car, I mean, I was just blown away that this is happening right here in Accra. And it's been in operation for almost 2 years before I even got to know about it. So I was excited and like, okay, we are going to, through the work I'm going to do, we are going to also disseminate the education about electric cars to the general public. And it's one of the things that really moved me and motivated me that, you know what, if you're able to get this thing done, it's going to get down to the masses and people are going to buy into the idea. As a country, we are all trying to solve a lot of unemployment issues. So we also feel if we enter in the career business, we can be able to solve a lot of unemployment issues. So the bikes came in to solve two issues, to solve transportation issues and also to create employment for the youth. So we operate the career business, we operate the delivery business all in one. I mean, we are practically operating as a logistics company at this point in time.
I've been here for like 3 years and 8 months. I started with Solar Taxi. The experience has been amazing from, let's say, from grass to grace. I came in with no experience in software development, but Solar Taxi gave the opportunity for me to grow myself, not just with the development of application, but as time progressed, I was given other roles like becoming the product owner, product manager, managing the projects, the software development projects from conception to the completion, managing the team. And that has helped me to go to a level that I now find myself in the position as a CTO for software and digital platforms. What it makes it nice to work is that it gives you the opportunity. You have the free will to research in anything and you bring out your ideas and no one throws it in the bin. It's been looked at and to see whether it can work for Solar Taxi.
Solar Taxi gives us a platform to not just try to be theoretical engineers, but to be practical engineers. So here, you do a lot of research. You do not just sit down, because obviously you don't just go to Google and then put in, oh, maybe the car is not working, the bike is not working, and then you get answers. You have to sit down and then apply what you've learned in school, try to put 1 and 2 together. So it's challenging from the start, but you realize as time goes on and you get familiar with the components, you get familiar with the schematics of the car and then the bike, you rather have fun than find it to be challenging when you are doing troubleshooting and the maintenance on the vehicles. So
we are operating several models. I mean, one of the models we are operating is if you want to own the bike, you can walk in, you make a deposit, at least to own them, you spread it across and you take it to. Then you are also operating a model where you can come in, where you want to work under our umbrella. We agree on how you can earn up to 1,000 cedis a month working for us, because we can attach you to a restaurant where you work and we agree on a daily rate for you to earn that amount. And you're also another model where you can come in and rent the bikes for a day, use it to go and work, then you pay us per the day too.
The electric bike is faster and it saves you a whole lot of money, because sometimes the bikes which use the petrol or whatever it is, sometimes it will come to a time yourself you don't have even money to buy fuel and those things. Because of that, you can't move the bike. But electricity, we normally use electricity in the house. So no matter what happens, you have electricity in the this thing. So we normally charge the bike, and the number of hours and the unit use is lesser than maybe buying fuel and whatsoever.
We also have a partnership with Google. So Google is providing us with cloud services support. So about $10,000 support for us not to be paying for our cloud services. We are getting a discount on our staff email subscription, discount on that. We are planning on expanding around our US partnership though, but for Google's support, it has been very, very, very timely and helpful. Personally, I've had a certain notion about how the ecosystem should develop. The stage that we find ourselves, there are certain that fundamental to be addressed before you can build other things on easily. The ecosystem is yet to mature to a certain level, and there's something that should be priority and should be addressed first before we look at other things on. Investment can direct where the focus of an ecosystem should be. It is obvious, and especially when the ecosystem is not so mature, we don't have a lot of funding sources. So it's just like dropping in a drop acquisition, something big tech, people just build for big tech. So the person not looking at a problem that can really impact life, but the problem building something that I can sell to Google or Meta or Apple. That is why the person is building their product. It's that part of, and even on the policy side, they tend to be more listened to by our governments than we on the ground sometimes. So if Meta comes in or Google comes in, or you have Twitter, they'll get audience. Well, it's good. It's not bad. They get an audience, but sometimes a young startup, I mean, we get audience. So I'm not saying that we don't get any from our audience. We do get audience. But for a number of young startups, perhaps not everybody will get that kind of attention and audience on.
Because we are bringing in transport service that has low cost of operation.
So we are very meticulous about it and putting the hard work and maintaining the vision and ensuring that we can get there. But even if it doesn't work, we have made a statement about that it's possible to go green in Africa.